There's a moment that keeps replaying in your mind. Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet, heavy, familiar. You tried to walk away. You told yourself it was the logical thing to do. That distance would heal you. That silence would bring peace. But instead, something inside you tightened, like a warning you couldn't explain. Because when love is real, intuition doesn't whisper. It presses, it pulls, it refuses to let you forget. You don't miss just their presence. You miss how safe it felt to be seen without trying. And no matter how much time passes, your heart keeps circling back to the same truth. This connection isn't finished. Because when love is real, intuition doesn't whisper. It presses, it pulls, it refuses to let you forget. You don't miss just their presence. You miss how safe it felt to be seen without trying. And no matter how much time passes, your heart keeps circling back to the same truth. This connection isn't finished. This video isn't here to confuse you. It's here to slow you down before you make a choice that can't be undone. Because sometimes the greatest mistake isn't staying too long. It's walking away from someone who truly loves you, simply because fear spoke louder than intuition. Stay with me. What you're about to hear may explain everything you've been feeling. 1. When intuition starts to speak. At first, intuition doesn't arrive as certainty. It arrives as discomfort. You feel uneasy doing what everyone else tells you is right. Friends say move on. Logic says protect yourself. Pride says don't look back. Yet something deeper, quieter, refuses to agree. That's because intuition doesn't care about appearances. It only responds to truth. You didn't imagine the way they looked at you when you weren't watching. You didn't imagine the emotional safety you felt around them. And you definitely didn't imagine the way your nervous system relaxed in their presence, like your body finally exhaled. Real love creates recognition, not excitement, not chaos. Recognition. And recognition doesn't disappear just because circumstances become complicated. When intuition activates, it's often because you're about to abandon something meaningful too early. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. And real connections don't end cleanly. They linger, they echo, they return in quiet moments when distraction fades. You may tell yourself, if they loved me, it would be easier. But love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's restrained by fear, past wounds, or emotional immaturity. Intuition notices what words don't say. It notices effort beneath silence, emotion beneath hesitation. This is why walking away feels wrong, not painful but misaligned, like forcing yourself to close a door that still has warmth on the other side. And the more you ignore intuition, the louder it becomes. 2. Why real love feels heavy, not easy. Hollywood sold us a lie, that love should feel light all the time, but depth carries weight. When someone truly loves you, they don't just touch your happiness, they touch your wounds. They activate parts of you that were asleep, and that can feel terrifying. This is where many people mistake fear for incompatibility. Because real love exposes. It asks you to be seen without armor, and not everyone knows how to handle that responsibility. Your intuition recognizes love not by perfection, but by emotional gravity. You feel drawn back not because you're weak, but because unfinished emotional bonds pull harder than casual ones. That's why you can forget others easily, but not this one. Your heart isn't confused. It's processing something unresolved, and intuition is asking one question. Did you really explore this connection fully, or did you leave when it got real? Walking away from surface-level connections brings relief. Walking away from deep ones brings unrest, and unrest is intuition's language. 3. The silent signs they truly love you. Love doesn't always chase. Sometimes it watches. They may not bombard you with messages, but they never forget you. They check in indirectly. They remember details no one else does. They show up emotionally when it matters, even if they struggle to express it clearly. True love often exists beneath restraint. Fear of rejection, fear of loss, fear of not being enough. These fears don't erase love, they mute it. Your intuition senses consistency beneath distance, a steady emotional thread that never fully breaks. That's why your energy still feels entangled with theirs. Because love isn't just behavior, it's attachment at a soul level, and intuition detects attachment even when the mind denies it. 4. Why walking away feels like self-betrayal. There's pain in staying, but there's a different pain in leaving. One feels sharp, the other feels hollow. When you walk away against intuition, you don't just lose a person, you lose trust in yourself. You start questioning your feelings, doubting your instincts, shrinking your emotional courage. Intuition doesn't promise outcomes, it only asks for honesty. And right now, honesty says, this isn't finished. Not every love is meant to last forever, but every real love is meant to be honored, not abandoned out of fear. Sometimes staying doesn't mean forcing a relationship, it means giving it the respect of understanding before deciding. 5. The moment that decides everything. There comes a point where waiting becomes louder than action, not because time demands a decision, but because your heart does. You can feel it now, that quiet pressure building in your chest, the sense that something unresolved is asking to be acknowledged, not fixed, not forced, simply seen. This is the moment intuition speaks most clearly, not in urgency, but in truth, because walking away doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, through silence you didn't mean to keep, through conversations you avoided, through telling yourself you'll decide later, until later becomes distance. And one day you realize you didn't choose to leave. You drifted. That's what intuition is trying to stop. Not to push you toward someone, but to pull you back toward yourself. Toward the part of you that recognized love when it appeared, unpolished, imperfect, human. You're not standing at a crossroads between staying and leaving. You're standing between fear and honesty. Fear says, what if I get hurt again? Fear says, what if I try and it fails? Fear says, what if I give this meaning and lose it? But intuition asks a different question. What if walking away costs you something you can't replace? Not the person, the experience, the depth, the knowing that you didn't abandon something real because it scared you. Because the hardest regret isn't loving someone who couldn't stay. It's leaving someone you never fully let yourself understand. You don't need guarantees. You don't need promises. You don't need certainty. You only need alignment. And alignment feels calm, even when it's painful. It feels steady, even when it's scary. It doesn't rush you, it grounds you. This doesn't mean the relationship will become perfect. It doesn't mean everything will work out effortlessly. It means you honor what was real, instead of rewriting it as nothing just to protect your pride. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't holding on. It's staying present long enough to know the truth before you decide. Because if you walk away after listening to your intuition, peace follows. But if you walk away before listening, the questions linger, and they linger for years. So pause here, breathe here, feel what your body has been telling you all along. This moment isn't asking you to choose them. It's asking you not to betray yourself. And whatever you decide next, let it come from clarity, not fear. Because love doesn't always ask you to stay, but it always asks you to be honest. And your intuition is still waiting for you to listen. Final message. If your intuition feels loud right now, it's because love touched something sacred inside you, something honest, something rare. You are not weak for feeling deeply. You are not foolish for pausing. You are brave for listening. Before you walk away, ask yourself, not what feels safe, but what feels true. Because some connections don't come twice, and some loves don't need perfection. They just need courage. Trust yourself. Your intuition has never led you wrong. If this message spoke to your heart, subscribe to this channel. Here, we talk about intuition, emotional truth, and deep connections. The things most people feel but rarely understand. You're not alone in what you feel, and more clarity is coming.